He wasn't injured for game 1 through 6. He wasn't injured game through 1
honestly,
through 3. Where was he? Where was he?
What are you talking?
Where was he game 1 through 3?
You
Where was it? He was trash again.
Not the whole time.
Trash. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. See, this is why I be telling y'all.
But you were certified Tatum hater, so that's your.
No, I'm not.
You are a certified stamp it. You know you are. Don't let me release the text.
Let me hold on. First of all, this is the reason why. For Tatum, any play like Tatum, Booker, Luka, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. I ain't saying excuse. This is why I'm so hard on him. Because y'all put them up to so much heights. Luka's the next LeBron. Tatum and Booker's the next Kobe. Well, I have expectations of they are the next generations of players.
And they're not making it. You call him Michael Jordan.
I said he has Michael Jordan moments. And I said, hold on. Did I call him Michael Jordan? Did I say he was the Michael Jordan of Boston Celtics? Which means he should be the number one. Do they let him be number one? No, they let Tatum be number one. Here's my thing with Tatum. Tatum is a very great player. He is. I'm not going to hate on him. When you compare skill-wise between him and Brown, his bag is bigger than Brown. He could dribble better. He could shoot better. But the thing that makes me so mad about Tatum, and you know this, I complain about this all the time. His shot selection. You're 6'10" for no reason. You might as well be 6'4". It's my same frustration with Karl Anthony Towns. Y'all are 6'10" and 7 foot for no reason. You might as well be 6'4", 2 guards shooting threes all day. Use your size. That's all I say. The one thing you can't say about Jaylen Brown, he might be off. Jaylen Brown at least gonna go to the hole. He might have dribbling issues, but Jaylen Brown at least is gonna go to the hole. If you go back to the Golden State series, he was the one being more aggressive. Tatum settles for those fadeaway jumpers way too much.
He does settle for the
That's all I'm saying. I don't hate on the man. It's just, if y'all gonna call this man a light-skinned mama, and this is from someone who's not even a Kobe fan. I'm not even a Kobe fan. Man, y'all was calling him that. Y'all were calling him that first. He was a Kobe system guy. You remember they was the text messages. Oh, Kobe text.
Why are you mad? Kobe sent them the text.
He's not Kobe.
But Kobe sent it. Why are you mad at the text that Kobe sent?
They were supposed to win a championship 6 years ago when Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron. They have not reached that.
They were not better than that Cleveland team.
They was up that series.
That don't mean they were better.
Oh, come on. Now, they was up that series. So they lost to them. Then they lost to Miami again, or was it Milwaukee? Like, they have nothing but constant failures. And that's what we're going to talk about, which is next. Who can you blame for the Celtics' loss? You blame the team. Everybody wants to blame Joe Mazzulla.
He has a part, but I'll blame him.
He has a part, but they done had 3 coaches within the past 3 years. People forget that. They had Brad Stevens when they lost to, I think that was Milwaukee in the second round of the playoffs. After Stevens was Udoka. Udoka went to the finals. They lost to Golden State. We all know what happened to the Udoka situation. They went and got Joe Mazzulla. I'm just saying, for 6 years, this team has been this same team, and they have not reached the pinnacle. Sounds to me the common denominator is the team.
I say it's karma.
Well, you explain it.
Well, I say it's karma because I don't like how they handled the Ime Udoka situation. Yes, he was, wrong, but that was a personal.
I thought you were going to say karma for Isaiah Thomas. Bumpy me Ime Udoka. They did Isaiah Thomas wrong first.
They did definitely. But they did. But I want to say that I really don't like how they handled Ime Udoka. A lot of this happens in corporate. You've worked in corporate. A lot of this happens in corporate. They don't like this in corporate, and and they will fire you if you are having certain relations. But they keep it within the team and within human resources and everything. And this happens within the NBA, WNBA, MLB, NFL, where there are relations like this, and it stays within the team, and then they penalize them, but we don't know nothing about it. Why? Because it's none of our business. That's their personal business within the team or the organization, and they should have kept it to themselves. In my opinion, they made Nia Long look crazy.
I mean, but how long you could have kept that quiet though?
No, they could have. It's human resources. They could have kept that by themselves.
Because apparently they were trying to avoid the players from them, because they always say players and agents are the ones that spill the most beans out. And that's what they were trying to keep the players from knowing, and that's kind of where it kind of blew up.
Okay, they shouldn't. Let me just say, in my opinion, I'm not saying this is 100%. I'm just saying I don't like it, and I really feel like it's like a ha-ha to me, because first off, y'all shouldn't have To me, if you want to suspend him, fire him, cool beans. We should have known about his life and what he did with another woman. Only reason why I feel like it came out is because of who he was engaged to. If it was just a regular old woman, I don't think it would have came out.
But social media is more kind of blame.
It still should have left. It got out somehow. And what I'm trying to say is that they made. I just don't like it. I really feel like they could have handled it differently. And honestly, if Ime Udoka was in there besides Joe Mazzulla, am I saying they would have beat Miami? I'm not saying that. But what I do say, and I think you remember how his coaching style was.
It is.
It's way more different. He would get in Jason Tatum's face. He got in Jaylen Brown's face at certain times during huddles and everything, and would let them know, and they respected that and they liked that.
But let me ask you something. They were still blowing leads last year.
I'm not saying that
they were still blowing leads. That's my thing.
This is a second year. If they would have had a second year with him, I do feel like it would have been a little bit different.
Because Boston's MO has been known for blowing leads.
But
that's their MO for the past
coach,
6 years.
You know how big it is to have the same coach, and they respect a certain coach, especially a young team. In these type of situations, I feel like if he would have stayed another year and they would have been doing the same things that they're doing, it would have turned out a little bit different. I don't think they would have been down 3-0. That's just my opinion, because I don't think Joe Mazzulla has that type of personality to be able to talk to these players the way that Ime Udoka did. That's my opinion, though. I feel like Ime had a big impact on these young.
So you think he had a bigger impact than Brad Stevens when Brad Stevens was the coach?
Yes.
I just don't agree with that.
That's why they made it to a finals.
I just don't agree with it.
Because
everybody act like they just ran shot through the playoffs last year.
No, they didn't. But their defense was better. Defense was better, but they were still a
Jimmy Butler 3 away from blowing it.
And I'm not saying that wasn't going to happen again. I'm not saying that Miami wouldn't have won, but I bet they wouldn't be down 3-0.
I'll say this is, to me, Joe Mazzulla does deserve some of the blame.
But I say this,
the biggest thing I think was wrong with Boston is they have went these 6 years without a point guard. They tried Kyrie didn't work. They went to Kemba didn't work. Terry Rozier didn't work. They need a true point guard, and I think that's the problem with their offense. Tatum and Brown are not playmakers. They're not. Brown has dribbling issues. Tatum is a decent playmaker, but let's not pretend. He's more of a scorer. Let's not pretend he's LeBron James someone over here can get people open. Yeah. They need a playmaking point guard. That's been their issue. They need like a Rondo or a Chris Paul, like a coach on the court that could settle the offense down, set up Tatum and Brown for an easier shot.
Who's out there?
I have no idea. I don't know what they can do.
There's no one out there. I just personally think they should just let Jaylen Brown go. Then that might be another.
But if you let Jaylen Brown go, you're basically
I would do a sign and trade with a.
You're starting over. But who you gonna get for him?
I would get Damian Lillard has a similar contract that he wants, and I would do a sign and trade with him.
We'll get to that. I don't know about that. All right, so we're gonna get to the NBA Finals.
He's a closer.
We got the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Game 1 is June 1st, I believe, at 8:30. Well. So Jess, who you got winning between Miami and Denver?
I'm not gonna disrespect them, but I think Denver will win in 6. Okay. I think Denver will win in 6. I don't think they have an answer for Joker. I think he's proven why he's the best player in the game, and I really feel like there's no one on there that can stop him. I will say if Miami. So to answer your question, Denver in 6. I will say to give respect to Miami and Coach Spoelstra, because he is a great coach, and he will have ways to try and disrupt and make things crazy for this team, and he is. And I don't think it's going to go through because this team is way too talented and they're way better coached. No offense again to Joe Mazzulla, but I really feel like he will outcoach Joe Mazzulla. Mike Malone, Queen, stand up. But I will say. But I will say that Jimmy Buckets is on a mission, and I do feel like my heart is with him. He just doesn't have enough. Even when Tyler Hero comes back in Game 3, that's what they say he will come back at. Mm-hmm. So, and he'll be a help. Now I don't know how his hand gonna be. He may be a little rusty. It's been about a month, right? I think it's a month. So we'll see, but. I don't know. I still think Denver in 6, but Jimmy and they're gonna fight their way. They're tough. They're gonna fight.
I got Denver in 5.
So
I got Denver in 5.
Gentleman sweep.
I think it's gonna be a gentleman sweep. A lot of people talking about Bam shutting down Jokic. Let me give y'all a couple of stats. These are the past 3 games.
That's better when you said Looney was going to shut down AD.
Hush. Why we got to bring up the past?
Because you be trying it, anyway, and I just have to let you know.
Jokic, in the past 3 games, 24-15-7, 19-12-12, 27-12, and 8, under 70% shooting and 65% from 3. Bam is not shutting down Jokic.
I don't think he's shutting down.
The problem with Denver right now is they're just too deep. And we all slept on Denver. I've been telling y'all about Denver, but
he's so happy he finally got something right, and that's why he's still talking about it.
But Denver is so deep because, like I said, you got Jokic, you got Murray. That's your 1 and 2. Your 3 and 4 is between Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.
Aaron Gordon's been very inconsistent. I think he needs to pick it up.
He's been playing as the 4. Michael Porter Jr. has been the number 3 option, which is great. Bruce Brown going off on the bench. KCP going off on the bench. This team is. He probably does start. He didn't start at first. He didn't start at first because he wasn't on there at first. He was at Washington at first.
Oh, okay.
But Miami ain't gonna have no answer for this. I think Miami. This is a great one by Miami, and we're gonna talk about if somehow they do win this championship. Would this be considered for history?
Would that be better than Dirk's?
But we'll get to that point.
It won't. I don't think it will.
But I just don't think Miami has anything for Denver. Like. They can play hard defensively. You can't even be physical because the team can be physical. Jokic showed that when they were trying to be physical with him and Jokic was just being just as out physical with LA. I just don't see for Miami. You're hoping on Gabe Vincent and Duncan Robinson and Max Strus. I think they have the personnel.
I think they have the personnel to actually shock a few games, like a couple games. Like, to be like, oh, snap, they just out-shooting Denver right now. I know Denver rarely gets out-shooted. I'm just saying, I think they have the personnel to be like, oh, okay, Miami is on. Like,
but then another issue is...
when they hitting threes, they look unstoppable,
But another issue is no one has beat Denver at home.
No, that Mile High. No. I never been to Denver.
And I don't know if it's the Mile High or it's just they had the best home court advantage. They had the best home court record.
That altitude is...
And no one's beating them at home. No one is. And they got home court advantage again. I just think it's going to be over in 5. Jimmy might be able to pull out 2. If he pulls out 2, he's definitely going to be gassed by Game 6, and they'll probably just smash. And Denver's going to win their first championship in NBA history. And
You're lame. You got a whole Miami Hurricanes thing right here.
What they got to do with anything?
And you're supposed to be rooting for Miami just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'm not from Miami.
Oh, then why are you not rooting for UGA?
I'm not from Athens.
So, it's Georgia.
I mean, technically, I was born in Germany. So, technically, I'm from Germany.
Oh, now, where this come from?
I'm a military brat. So, why does it matter? Jesus. I mean, I was born in Germany. So, I moved around a lot.
That's a good excuse.
So, I have all right to cheer for any team. You see, you like my brother who says I can't have multiple favorite players either.
I never said that.
I can't have multiple different favorite teams.
I got multiple.
Everybody knows I am a Miami Hurricane fan to the day I die.
You need to be rooting for Miami Heat too.
No, why?
You never been to Denver?
No, and
have you been to Miami?
Yes, I have been to Miami.
That gives you some help. So now you need to root for Miami. You never been to Denver?
You in Georgia, vote for the Atlanta Hawks.
I did. I was like this when I was at the game.
When the Hawks was playing the Knicks, who you cheering for?
I grew up my whole childhood in Queens. So no hate. That's the difference.
All right, Jess, since you want me to cheer for the Miami Heat, if Miami wins this championship, would this be the greatest championship run ever?
It'd be up there. In my lifetime, because I don't like to speak on championships I wasn't like.
We'll say like so. Really, the only one I think that really competes with is the Dirk one.
The Dirk one was.
Dirk one would compete. I mean, Detroit. 2004 Detroit that beat.
I'm not saying Detroit.
Beat the Lakers. That was a pretty good run.
It was a good run, but it doesn't. That's not better than Dirk's.
I mean, yeah, Dirk's run because he swept Kobe. He beat Tim Duncan and the Spurs. Portland. He beat Portland
first round.
Portland, that was Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Kobe second round.
Kobe swept Kobe. Beat
the Spurs third round.
No, it wasn't the Spurs. It was Oklahoma City. I got Spurs wrong. Oklahoma City beat the Spurs that year. They beat Oklahoma City. That was Kevin Durant, James Harden, and then beat the Big Three Miami Heat.
Yeah.
But
this is gonna be tough because they be the number one seed. They be the number one seed in Milwaukee.
We're not going to go to that. First of all, they was in the play-in game and lost to Atlanta first. On top of that, they were down by 8 with 3 minutes left to Chicago in the second play-in. which would have mean they would have been out of the. They wouldn't have made the playoffs. Then they basically gentlemen swept Milwaukee, beat them in 5. Played around with New York, let them get an extra game, beat them in 6. And basically, I felt like played around with Boston because they could have beat them in game 6, let them get away and just go ahead and blow them out in game 7. If they beat Denver, who I think Milwaukee was the number 1 team all over, but I think Denver was number 2 right behind them. But they're the number 1 seed in the West. That means you beat the number 1 team in the East.
It's tough.
The number 5 team in the East, and the number 2 team in the East, and the number 1 team in the West. With a bunch of nobodies. The one thing I'll say about Dallas, it wasn't nobodies.
They were old.
They were old, but it wasn't nobody. It was Dirk.
Jason Kidd.
It was Tyson Chandler. It was Jason Kidd. It was Sean Marion was on that team.
Yep.
I think Caron Butler was on that team. You have JJ Barea. Like they had some names. Jason Terry. They had names.
No, you're right.
Miami after Jimmy Butler and Bam and Tyler Hero.
Kevin Love, he old, but Kevin
Love. I forgot Kevin Love was on the team. He came on the team halfway through the season. And then they was led by a twin. And we don't know which twin is it.
It's Caleb.
I know it's Caleb. But just being funny, nobody know which twin is it. You got a twin. You got Max Struz, who I know every school every kid went to, and I can't even tell you what school he went to. Gabe Vincent, like, this would be a better run, in my opinion, than Dallas. I think the Dirk one is very huge to people because how he beat the Heatles, and the Heatles was supposed to. Well, Dirk's run is going to be interesting because you're looking at LaMarcus Aldridge. You think Hall of Fame or not? Before I go that far, Aldridge.
I think he will make it.
So if you look at Aldridge as a Hall of Famer, Brandon Roy would have been a Hall of Famer without the knees.
People thought the Trailblazers was going to beat them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just going through. Yeah. So you had 2 potential Hall of Famers in the first round. Second round, you swept Kobe, who everybody thinks is the greatest player of all time. Third, you beat Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, all who probably going to be top 100 players and Hall of Famers. And then you beat the Miami Heat that had Wade, LeBron. This was 270-pound LeBron. And Chris Bosh. And this was Dwayne Wade without a bad knee. Now, if you look at Miami, they're going to run through. Giannis is probably going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez. Yeah, Giannis going to be a Hall of Famer. Brooke Lopez, maybe. Drew Holiday is a
forget all that. They're number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're number 1 seed. You beat Joel Embiid. Excuse me. You beat the Knicks with Brunson.
They were actually, and they were to be honest with you, they were actually low key evenly matched as teams. The Knicks and the Heat, they were low key even. Like some people thought the Knicks had a chance at least.
I don't know why.
I mean, you just want to be a hater,
man.
But you just really be a hater for the rest of your life.
I was happy for the Knicks to make it to the second round.
Why you gotta add that extra stuff?
Do you really think they was even with Miami?
As a team, they were. I feel like their team matched pretty well. All those undrafted players, and then Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, I think RJ Barrett. I'm ready for him to leave, but anyway,
Julius Randle, who did nothing.
I almost threw up, but I don't even.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
I don't want to.
On paper,
you just said Julius Randle name, and I just don't even want to talk about it no more. Okay, fine. You're right. Miami better. Way better. I don't want to talk about it.
Why you want to talk about Julius Randle? No. Julius Randle, number 1 option for the Knicks.
I don't want to. Actually, it's Jalen Brunson. I think they know that now.
Hey, Julius Randle made 3rd-team All-NBA.
I don't give a You know what?
This is a family show, Just.
I don't give a flying mosquito because I'm in Georgia. I don't care.
So we got all right.
And then they beat Boston, who was supposed to beat them. Okay, cool. Yes, great thing. But for the record, everyone, before we go to wonderful for the Bronsexuals, let me just say, because I know we're about to talk about him. Let me just say, I do root for the Hawks. I root for little Trey. I really do. I actually wouldn't mind him coming to the Knicks, but they just get on my nerves. But I do root for the Hawks though. Let me just say, just like you. Low-key but you don't low-key root for UGA. But it's fine though.
I do low-key.
Even I root for UGA.
I do low-key cheer for UGA. Their fans are just aggravating. I've always said that. And
but Miami holding chains and doing the U thingy all the time.
We talking about basketball, college football. It ain't college football season.
You know y'all fans be bugging. Y'all win every year too, just like Dallas. You and Dallas fans.
So LeBron James was swept for, I think that's the second time and the third time in his
third time
in his career. He played a great game and a great series, to tell you the truth, and on a torn tendon in his foot, which I've always felt like. So, with looks like an impending surgery coming up, LA Lakers team that looks good on paper, but don't know if it's going to be able to challenge for the West. What do you think is next for LeBron? Do you think he should play his 21st year, or maybe he should just go ahead and retire?
LeBron's not retiring, y'all. Calm down.
I don't think
LeBron sexuals. Yeah, I need to stop DMing me, telling me I need to make LeBron not retire. What the word? I don't know that man. Let me just calm down. And that man is not retiring. He know he want to wave goodbye to every place he ever gave 50 to. Come on, he's not retiring. So y'all could.
So what could the Lakers do to improve their roster? Because definitely LeBron wants to play for championships.
Well, there's nothing else for them to do. So I get it. It's just that they have 3 scenarios for what I hear. They're going to sign Reeves. Sign Reeves, sign Rui, and then you could possibly get a Van Fleet type of player, for the $30 million and all that's left. But Beasley and them have to leave. We all know D'Lo's leaving because no one wants him no more. So
plus he has too much money.
He asking for money that he don't deserve. So that's one of the scenarios. Another scenario is they sign Reeves or Rui, which will most likely be Reeves, and they could get a Kyrie, but Kyrie's going to have to take a huge...
Kyrie is not taking a pay cut. I wish y'all
get that
out y'all head.
Huge pay cut.
Kyrie is not taking a pay cut.
And then they're going to look like the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks how they are now, with no depth and just top heavy.
Man, hope they can outscore everybody.
And then they old. AD's only 30, but Kyrie's only 31, 32. But the rest of the team, that's what they're going to have to get. They're going to have to get because the CBA, what's it called? The CBA?
The CBA.
Yeah, the one they just signed, they can't get certain, that's changing. Y'all can't get certain great players to give them minimum deals. That's changing now. They got to get people from the G League to put them, it's going to suck. So I wouldn't do that if I was y'all, but that's another scenario. Or another scenario, and then Dallas, you think Mark Cuban going to do that sign and trade?
No, he already said no.
He's already said no.
That's a stupid trade. That's a stupid trade.
So, to be honest with you, the Kyrie thing to me is not going to happen. There's another scenario. I just forgot. But there's another scenario that they could possibly do, but it doesn't involve a Kyrie type of player. I think they signed Rui, signed Reeves, and signed Beasley, but have D'Lo go. It was something else. But anyway, I said they just get a Van Fleet type of player because he's good enough. He'll mesh all in with them. I'll say this.
Something
like that.
I think keep the team they have. I think
they should sign Rui, but I have a feeling that they're not. So
I think Reeves is gonna be the tougher one because as much as Reeves talking about he gonna stay, Reeves about to get paid.
I know, but
they're gonna throw some serious money at Reeves.
He love playing with
I know,
LeBron.
and I get it. No, I get you. I absolutely get you, and he may stay. But money talks. That's all I'm saying. And someone's going to throw a lot of money. But if they was to keep the team they get rid of D'Lo, try to get a point guard, maybe a Van Fleet, maybe a Dame. Dame might be more willing to take a pay cut more than Kyrie in my eyes. But they need a point guard.
I still don't see Dame because they still got to do a sign and trade type of thing because of the money situation with Portland. And they don't have enough money unless they sign it. You think Portland's going to just... They're going to want an Anthony Davis or something.
Well, yeah, Portland's basically trying to rebuild around them. But I just think if LA just find a point guard somewhere, because I think they got a pretty decent team. But you got to look on the West. New Orleans, if Zion be's healthy, it's going to be a monster. We see what they is when Zion's healthy.
You might have to give up on it. And I love my
Denver, of course, is going to get better because Denver got all their young people pretty much locked up. Phoenix is going to get better because they're going to build around Kevin Durant and Booker. That's another team's going to get better. Clippers. I know we're still crossing our fingers that Kawhi Leonard stay healthy.
Let it go.
But, the West is going to get tougher. And I just don't think they're going to have enough for next year. So my second scenario for them is, I think, honestly, you should probably try to start over and just trade LeBron James. And build a team around Anthony Davis. See what you can get for him. See what you can get. Because what else you going to do? LeBron, as great as he is, he's nearing the end of his career. He turns, 30?
He still got 2 years on his contract.
He has 2 years. Go ahead and get what you can get for him right now. Go and get what you can get, start over. Because if you do 2 years of missing the playoffs, only going out in the first, second round, the team is not equipped to beat Denver. They're not equipped to beat a lot of teams. Right now, come on. They beat Golden State. that was hurt.
To be honest with you, the best scenario for Dallas and LA, if they really want to do something wild, they might have to do a signing trade with Kyrie and Anthony Davis.
That'd be foolish.
I just said that because Anthony Davis and Luka would be kind of good together because they
That's
honestly
true.
would.
That would be great.
And then Kyrie and LeBron could be together.
That'd be foolish.
Boom.
That'd be foolish.
Boom. Everyone's happy. They get to keep Breeze.
They'll be blowing that team up next year.
They get to keep Breeze.
They'll be blowing that team up next year. They'll be blowing
but
that
they
team
get
up
to keep
next year.
everyone.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying, it seems like everyone be happy.
Now we're going to talk about a team that is dominating, and that's the Las Vegas Aces. As you've been watching recently in the WNBA, Las Vegas has been running through the WNBA. So, Jess, I know it's early in the season, but your early thoughts about Las Vegas, do you think anybody can beat them?
Okay, you want the answer? No. But without injury and everything, I don't see it. I mean, the Liberty have a chance. Stewie has been playing like a monster. Yeah. And then once they get their chemistry together, because they added like 5 new players, that's why they were a little sus at first, the first couple games. Now they picking it up. But they look good and everything. Sabrina looking good.
I don't know. Vegas is looking.
No, Vegas is better. I'm not saying Liberty would beat them. I'm just saying that they are comparable. Like they could actually give them a run in the finals if that was the finals. And if there's no injuries to anyone, I would love to see that finals, by the way. But they looking good. Kelsey Plum looking good. Chelsea Gray's my favorite point guard. I just think she's so nice and she's so bow-legged. And it's funny.
You got Jackie Young out here.
I didn't realize Jackie Young is a number 1 pick. Because, people think it's Kelsey Plum that's the other number. It's actually Jackie Young. And Jackie Young is the 4th.
Is he the 4th or is it Candace Parker that's the 4th option?
No. It looks like it, but honestly, the way Jackie Young has been wide open, like she has been so wide open, it's scary.
I'm looking right now. When they played Minnesota, Jackie Young had 23, Asia Wilson had 21. Plum with 11, Gray with 19. Candace Parker only had 3 points.
No, Candace Parker don't have to do anything. That's why she went there. But the point, but they're still doubling. I'm watching these games. They're still guarding Candace like she is the main option. Where Jackie Young is wide open.
And she's taking it. Here's another game, 23.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, 23 with Kelsey Plum.
You can tell these teams are saying, I'd rather have Jackie Young beat me. That's what they're saying.
They better stop.
Jackie Young is a number 1 pick for a reason. And she came out of Baylor. Was it Baylor? Anyway, yeah, she's a beast.
Notre Dame.
No, okay. I knew it was one of them green ones.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, they looking good. I'm sure you feel like they're gonna win the whole thing or whatever. One thing I saw on the Paul George podcast, which is a great podcast, by the way. If you're not watching us, watch him. Was that one of your faves, honey? Way off. But
who said I was a Go ahead.
You did.
Don't give me the argument. Don't give me the argument. Go ahead.
And you said he was better than Jimmy at one time. Don't let me bring up that text message. But look,
I'm gonna let you have that one.
But it's a fact. You did say that a couple years ago. But no, Asia Wilson was on and she said, and it was funny. She said, I don't think we're a super team. And they were like, what?
Y'all are a super team.
But no, she was like, I just look at them as teammates or whatever. Y'all look at us as a super team. We're just people that love. It was something funny. She says, we're just people that love the hoop. I wish we had the clip that y'all could see. But
well, like I said, New York Liberty might be. They played each other in the preseason, and the Aces beat Liberty. Liberty lost one game to Washington, and that was more like Ella Della Donva, who's another very good player.
I'm still choosing Stewie over her.
But Las Vegas basically this is the big 3 Miami Heat. If you really think about it, really it's a big 4. If you throw in Candace Parker, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum,
Asia's the best player.
Asia Wilson
is the best player.
Yeah, Asia Wilson is the LeBron, clearly. Asia Wilson ain't the LeBron?
Oh, you're comparing
it to the Miami Heat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, their games? No,
I'm not saying like that. Asia Wilson is the LeBron.
Okay.
And then Candace Parker, to me, is more...
Like a Chris Bosh right now. Yeah. And then in her career, and she's cool with it.
Yeah, she's cool with it. That's what's scary about it.
Nothing more. She's like, I don't got to prove nothing to y'all. I'm cool.
That's what's scary about her. So, and I don't think nobody's going to beat that.
And I like Kelsey Plum's game. Kelsey Plum is she know how to draw fouls. She's a nice lefty. She's good.
I don't see nobody beating Aces. Like I said, the only team that can maybe compete with them is the Liberty.
And they got Alicia Clark too.
With Sabrina and Stewie, and I think Stewie's playing Seattle today. Her first game back in Seattle since she left Seattle. Led them to 2 championships. But Las Vegas is just too stacked. It's really unfair, and I think they're just gonna run.
There's some good teams around like there's some good teams around the WNBA though, I will say. But yeah, the Aces are just way too stacked. I would be shocked if they lose. Not a game. They could lose a game every now. It's better that they lose a game now, to be honest with you, just to get it out the way. True. But I don't. In the playoffs, I really don't see it. I know people like Phoenix. Still.
Nope. I watched them. Nope.
You gotta give them some time. Let White Mamba get herself together.
She's starting to show her age.
I don't know, honey. She not. You know how she get during the playoffs.
I get it. She might be playing soft to the playoffs, and then she gonna turn it up, do the Jimmy Butler, So we're gonna see.
So that look good.
All right, for our last topic, we're gonna get a little football in. Of course, you had seen the Arizona Cardinals had released wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is now the hot marketed wide receiver, apparently being pursued by New England, Buffalo, and Kansas City, of a couple teams we've heard being named. So, Jess, what do you think is the best spot for DeAndre Hopkins to go to?
I would love him to come to my Giants.
Oh, ain't nobody going to them Giants. Don't nobody want to play on Daniel Jones.
Why are you hating?
Don't nobody want to play on the Daniel Jones.
I don't know.
That man said he want to play on a good quarterback. Thank you.
I just can't deal with the hate. Like, I'm over here trying to give y'all great analysis, and he's over here hating. I didn't say nothing about the Steelers. If you want him to go to the Steelers, fine. Go ahead and speak your piece.
We got enough receivers. We got enough receivers.
Not better than my Giants, but cool. Okay, cool. So anyway, I think also the Jets might be a good option as well. Another, New York would take anything.
More than the Giants?
Yeah, you're not better than us. But I don't know why where all this love for your Steelers come from, honey, because they're barely gonna make the playoffs. They'll make it. But, that tough AFC...
Look at the division we in. So
the AFC is tough.
Exactly. The division we in is tough.
Oh, I don't want to hear That's an excuse. I don't want to hear that excuse.
But they're better than the Giants. The Giants is our division. They wouldn't be nowhere near the playoffs. They wouldn't be sniffing it.
Whatever. You're just hating again. But okay, cool. But I see... Yeah.
The team that gave Daniel Jones $40 million.
Go, I didn't want to at all.
And don't want to pay Saquon.
That wouldn't be my choice. But I'm not in there. I'm not in the table where they make billions of dollars. I'm not in there. I wish. Maybe one day. Maybe we will. But anyway, so D-Hop, come on. Come down and bring that big blue, baby. But it's cool. But if you don't want to go there, cool. You go to the Jets with the green. You might as well be with Aaron Rodgers. That would actually be a good...
What you think about him maybe reunite with his old quarterback of Cleveland?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good too. Do they have enough money?
Yeah.
Okay. Or he could go with Lamar Jackson.
I mean, there was heavy rumors that Hopkins and Odell was on Lamar's wish list when he was telling Baltimore to sign him.
That might be. And also, I think Baltimore's going to be a sneaky pick in general.
I agree.
In general, to make at least the AFC championship.
I agree.
They would be very sneaky. They would be very sneaky.
I think Hopkins' best fit in my eyes is if he goes to Kansas City.
I heard that.
This ain't gonna be fair. I ain't gonna lie. If he goes to Buffalo, it ain't gonna be fair between him and Diggs. Well, here's the thing. Josh Allen. What people don't understand about Josh Allen didn't do good until he got Diggs. The reason why he didn't do good until he got Diggs is because Diggs is a man coverage breaker. Now, when you got two man coverage breakers, which means you can't be playing man, which means you play in zone, you give Josh Allen time to pick you apart. Josh Allen will pick you apart when you're in zone.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Now, the question is if you get Hopkins, because there's already a iffy relationship seems to be with Diggs and Buffalo. Would that make Diggs mad? I don't know. But if Hopkins go to Kansas City, just cancel Christmas. That's not even.
I heard Diggs might be going to Dallas, isn't it?
I don't believe that.
I mean, he was following all them.
He was. He probably wanted to go play with his brother, but I doubt it. He just was mad. But I still think Hopkins is still got top 10 talent to be a wide receiver, and I think whatever team gets him is gonna.
But Kansas City, that'd be a good one. That'd be kind of disrespectful. But yeah, if you go there, and then if they get Derrick Henry, oh my God.
I don't think Tennessee gonna get rid of Derrick Henry. I don't think they are, because I think they're gonna go to the rookie, and if you're gonna go to the rookie, you need a good running game, so you're gonna have to keep Henry. Now Dalvin Cook is gone. I definitely see that, but with Hopkins, if Hopkins goes to Kansas City, I think that'd be like when Randy Moss went to the Patriots. And kind of that kind of impact. Yeah, it's going to be real tough because Hopkins is still a very, very, very good wide receiver.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a
been
Hall of
injured for a
Famer.
while.
And he had bad quarterback play. When Watson was gone, he had bad quarterback play. And then he played with Murray.
Oh, Kyler Murray, that's your boy.
Oh, that's y'all boy. Another one who fleeced
Kyler!
his team. Another player to fleece his team out of his money.
He has a good agent. Respect to the agent.
But the best move
he got
to
a
me.
Kirk Cousins agent.
Yeah. The best move to me for Hopkins would be Kansas City, Buffalo, and I think Baltimore. If you go to Baltimore, I think that'd be a great target.
I think Baltimore would be a great one.
Yeah.
For him to
I would trust him more than Odell because you're not sure how much Odell got left coming back from the ACL injury.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopkins is not coming back from ACL, he's just coming back from bad quarterback play. Where Odell, you just don't know if he's the same player with that ACL. But definitely think it's going to be exciting. Arizona clearly is blowing this thing up. I think paying Kyler Murray all that money and fine.
I heard he's a butthole too. I don't know you, Kyler, but that's what I heard you a butthole. I mean, you could have heard I was.
Come on the show and prove to us.
I am a butthole. And I win every, but I win at
Especially
everything.
because you think you're always right and you're always wrong.
But I am.
No.
I am.
No.
Every time we do a poll, they always say I'm right.
No.
Go ahead and put that.
So
on
that
your
is
stuff.
the end of the At the Buzzer
Right.
Sports Show. We appreciate y'all for checking us out every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're always here to follow us. Give us comments. Give us questions. We love to answer your questions, all that. So join us on KBCN TV, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. I am the man, the myth, and the legend. Yes, that's me, King Will.
And I'm just net.
And I'm always right. We'll see y'all next Thursday.